Our next guests are serving up some hibachi grilled goodness with a soul food twist. And my mouth is watering just saying those words. Here to tell us all about Sir Hands Street Foodz, our owners and Bay Area chefs, Sandy and Steve Johnson. Sandy, Steve, thanks for joining us live today. So excited to talk about the food here that you guys brought. But first, we have to know, how did the business get started?
So during the pandemic, that's when we started Sir Hands Street Foodz. I was working as a bail agent for a company, and during the pandemic, it slowed down tremendously. So he had the idea to start Sir Hands Street Foodz, and once I saw how well it was going, I said bye.
Like
to my job, my 9 to 5 or my 12 to 12, and started out with him, and that's how we got started.
And you know, I've been working in a lot of different kitchens throughout my life, but when I knew I had a passion for like cooking food, and not because, like I said to my wife all the time, like it's a different ball game from cooking in the kitchen for your friend or your family, but then cooking for 50 or 60 more people. So once I started knocking out those parties and those little gatherings were with the family, they were like, dude, you can do this. You can do this. Like, and, you know, I'm on Instagram, you know, and working and stuff like that. But then it was a time where I was at a baby shower, and one of my cousins was like, I'm finna get all these grills from this place. They were selling grills right next door. And he got all the grills. He bought like 3 grills and gave them to me. He was like, you just give me my money back. And so I used to sell everything. We used to sell everything, burritos, fried fish, all that stuff. And then somebody came to me and was like, I want the hibachi, and I was selling burritos that day, and they walked off with so much disappointment. Wow. And hibachi nights used to be my best nights anyway, so that's what made me just start with hibachi. Then we kind of like got better with hibachi, then we created the hibachi soul food.
And I'm glad you mentioned that.
There's a lot of chefs that was coming out of the kitchen, or Instagram so-called chefs or whatever, and I seeing them grow, like this guy named Hot Dog Cole out there in Oakland, California, Chef Smelly. I was following them, one of the people that helped me out as far as like promoting food in the Bay Area. His name is Bay Area Foodz. So, and that stuff was just motivating me, and we just kept growing. And we're getting Juneteenth down, you know what I'm saying, knocking Juneteenth out, jazz festivals. We had First Friday, every first Friday in the month, Oakland, California. Catch me there. And we on the Lake Mirror too, Thursday through Sunday. If we're not booked at a party or a wedding or a meeting, we're at Lake Mirror Thursday through Sunday. So it, and this where we at with it now. Me and my wife, you know, she was making good money. And she seen that I was happy about something. She loves to cook too. She grew up in the kitchen. And yeah, she hooked up with me, and we doing it,
Now you guys are here, you're doing your thing. So what are some of the meals that people can expect to see from Sir Hands Street Foodz?
Our #1 seller is our 3-way special, which includes chicken, steak, and shrimp over our seasoned garlic butter rice.
Sounds good.
What else? Steak rice.
And, you know, I
pretty
think my
popular.
#1 seller is that spinach dip. That bay shrimp spinach dip.
And we're going to get to that in just a second, but that's a big staple, right? Like you said, here in the Bay Area, seafood is so big.
Yeah, it represents the Bay Area, you know. It puts fish and wharf right in your mouth. And that's something that one of my friend's mother, she made that dish for me. She put some shrimp and some spinach dip, and I was like, and I was stuck with it. And I told myself, I'm going to make that whenever I get a chance to sell food or start my own business. I put my own twists on it. Now you can get it with crab meat on it. You can get it with just the bay shrimp inside of it.
Well, can we taste it?
Yeah, you can taste this too. And I make sandwiches out of this, dips with chips, dipped with bread.
Love it.
It's very
What do you prefer? If you want to hand it to me, or hand me to the one that you would like for me to try.
I want you to try that deluxe with that crab meat on there. You ready?
Okay, so I'm ready. You want to hand it over?
I got you.
So talk about, while I taste this over here, I'm going to try bread because I'm a big bread guy.
Go ahead.
Why the soul food and hibachi twist? I know you said you've always loved hibachi, but when you think about the 2 different types of food, you would never think they'd come together. So why the 2?
Because, you know, like I had hibachi issues, like garlic butter. I was real big on it. So anywhere they sold hibachi, I was on it, hands down.
Here we go, by the way.
Let's do it. I'm brave enough to watch you taste it.
Oh my goodness.
That's San Francisco, California, the Bay Area, right in your mouth.
Okay,
so,
if we were on live TV, I'd be devouring this with my hands.
Okay, it's all good.
Oh my goodness, that is delicious.
It's different. It's different. And that's the key of starting your own food business, I feel, is being different. So hibachi soul food, when I first started, it was more like, most hibachi places are skimpy. So that was the first key. We were going to give more food, way more food. second time, it was soul food. I wanted to make sure that it was affordable for everybody to eat, because hibachi is very expensive.
Yeah.
And then the third thing was I wanted bold flavors. I wanted southern seasons. I want Atlanta, Georgia, Mississippi, New Orleans. I want all that in your mouth while you tasting this Japanese cuisine, hibachi soul food. You get what I'm saying? So that's what we did. And then we just twist them in together as a fusion. Instead of having steak cut up in front of you, we got tender steak that's gonna melt in your mouth. You know, we got our chicken is simmering, waiting for you as you come. So if you ever come to me, you don't ever have to ask for well done.
Or salt.
Or salt.
Or salt.
So no, you're not having to add anything, right?
Absolutely not.
That
It's
means all
already
the flavors
seasoned to perfection.
Exactly.
That sounds
and
absolutely
then we specialize in blackening shrimp. We specialize in blackening salmon. We specialize in blackening lobster. And we also blacken crab on top of your stuff and put you on, you know what I'm saying? So you can get a 5-way bust down. That's all 5 meats. Crab, lobster, shrimp, chicken, and steak. You can even get 6 with salmon.
Well, this is all so amazing. This crab dip was absolutely wonderful. Thank you both, Sandy and Steve, for joining us here on Live in the Bay. We really appreciate it.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank you.